Let's try this again, ladies and gentlemen, as we're going to jump into the game. This is AtoD number 3, FnaticNA versus the Peruvian team, Artyk. Thank you for joining me. My name is Maut. Thanks for joining us here on Dota. We've got a great game. Actually, we have two great games right now. Currently, of course, we have FnaticNA facing off against Artyk, and the next game will be FnaticNA against AtoD. So I wanted to talk a little bit about, and I was talking about this before we sort of dropped our load there. I wanted to talk about what's actually going to happen with the group stages. Of course, this is you play 3 games for the group stages, and the top 2 teams advance from said group. So there's the European group and the American group. There are 6 teams in each group right now. Currently, there's only one team that has confirmed a playoff spot, which is Typical Mistakes, which is comprised of Fan of Soyan, aka Goody,
10 seconds remaining.
Rebrews, Cakes, Pandago, and
5 seconds remaining.
who am I missing? God, I'm missing somebody. That's all right. There's another player that I'm missing. But currently, Typical Mistakes is leading the group stages right now. FnaticNA, they've played one game. They're 1-0. Artyk is unfortunately 0-2. So Artyk sort of just playing to spoil FnaticNA right now. And so we'll see what happens with Artyk. Of course, they had a rough first day. They played the first 2 games of the tournament, and they had a rather tough time, but let's see if they can beat FnaticNA here. Both very good teams right now. FnaticNA using a couple of stand-ins, as we're going to see in just a moment. So what's interesting to note is that if FnaticNA wins both of these games, this one and the next one, they're going to be in, regardless of what happens. Well,
5 seconds remaining.
they pretty much control their own destiny is what I'm trying to say here. If they win this game and they go on to lose against AtoD, I believe that AtoD and FnaticNA and Infinity will have a 3-way tiebreaker, so we'll see how that does pan out. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to be doing for that in just a moment. We'll make those rules up as we go along here. We'll decide what's going to happen, essentially. Of course, looking at the bans real quick, we're going to see Spectre and Meepo banned from the side of Artyk and Fnatic, respectively. So, for those of you that don't know anything about reverse captain's mode, it's very interesting, actually. You ban out the heroes that you don't want to receive or you don't want to play, you don't want to have picked for you, essentially. And then whoever has first pick will pick a hero, which I believe is Fnatic North America. They'll pick a hero and they'll send it over to Artyk. Now, what's important to note is that in order for this to really work and to have an acceptable lineup, you need to have a strength, intelligence, and agility hero. On top of that, you need to have 2 ranged heroes as well. Now, those can be overlapping, but those are just some things to keep in mind. The lineups that we've seen so far from many teams often consists of all carries with little to no nuke damage early on, with no stuns, no disables, things of that nature. Essentially, just really hard carries like you see with Meepo and Spectre, and even Skeleton King is a good one as well, just because he doesn't bring a whole lot to the table. Yes, you have a Hellfire Blast, but it doesn't work as well in conjunction with with other people, with other heroes. We have seen him win a game, however, so he is very effective, but we'll see what happens as we get through these next few picks here. The first picks, I should say. Reserve time being used a little bit. Once again, I am Maut. Thank you for joining me. I'd like to thank, of course, both the teams for participating. I'd like to thank Ham Sandwich for putting this together, as always. So, right now, Spectre is banned out. I'd sense something like a Bloodseeker or, well, not necessarily a Bloodseeker, maybe a Sniper ban. That's a hero that's seen a lot. Outworld Devourer is going to be banned from the side of Artyk. That was a hero that they struggled with, and for reason being, you need to send that OD mid, but unfortunately really can't do so if you get picked, like 30,000 different mid heroes, or a solo lane, I should say. So if OD is not going to get that farm, and he's not going to be in that solo lane, he sort of doesn't really, he's a pretty bad support hero in that capacity. Rather, if he's sent mid, he could be actually very devastating, but unfortunately that's not going to be the case. Medusa is going to get picked up here. Fnatic will send that over to Artyk's side. So Medusa works okay. Medusa doesn't have a whole lot of base damage, not a whole lot of, there's no real disable. She does have that slow with her ult. What's important to note is that you can actually, of course, just stack the Ancients and pull the Ancients and just keep using your split arrow to farm those, split shot I should say, to farm those Ancients. Huskar is a hero that we've seen a lot of recently in this tournament, but has sort of found his way in a very good role. He works actually really well as sort of that semi-carry. Yes, he doesn't have a disable, but he can pump out a ton of damage early on if he gets the farm and if he can participate in some of those ganks. So that's something that should be, noted about that hero. And I think Huskar certainly could work well in this sense. 47 seconds with reserve time for Artyk, and they're going to send another hero over to Fnatic's side. And it's going to be the Necrolite, and Necrolite is just such a tough hero to use, especially if you don't know where to send him. If you send him mid, he might actually have a decent time, but if he's played as a support anywhere else, he's not going to provide you a whole lot of damage, he's not going to provide you a whole lot of output, no real disables or anything like that, except for his stun, which comes from his ult. but you don't really want to ult somebody unless they're low in life, and in which case you really want to go for a kill. So he could potentially be part of a tri lane because he does pump out some AoE damage with that Death Pulse. He also can provide a little bit of Heartstopper Aura, which is always nice as well. Sadis is a nice regenning tool. That being said, Fnatic is up for the picks right now. They're going to send 2 over to Artyk. They have 126 in reserve time. I want to keep in mind this is not Fnatic's usual lineup. You can see that right now Merz, Glacius, and Universe are standing in for F4L and Smurf are not here right now. As F4L is in chat talking, he's watching the stream, so good for him. Cool stuff there. And Artyk, in the meantime, they're going to have 2 heroes sent their way. They still need, of course, another strength as well as intelligence hero. They have the 1 ranged already with Medusa. 2 range done for Fnatic. They just need an agility hero to finish off that sort of rule that they need everything to sort of line up together. 53 seconds of reserve time right now. They're really thinking about what they want to send over here, and I don't blame them. There's a bunch of good stuff that really could be sent. I mean, Sniper in conjunction, maybe even a Bloodseeker, but you have to think about strength and intelligence heroes because some of those heroes I think you have to sort of really think about and say, well, there's a few intelligence heroes that are not the best in this scenario, but most of the other strength and intelligence heroes are actually decent and can be ran in actual competitive games. So you have to think about which one of those heroes you really want to send over to the other team. Otherwise, they might get banned out or something like that. So 15 seconds left of reserve time right now for FnaticNA, and they're really taking some time thinking about this here. And they might just random at this point. Nope, they're going to give him Slaughter, which is a hero that we actually haven't seen yet. And usually you'd see Spirit Breaker instead of that hero, but Slaughter is a hero that, I mean, I was discussing this with F4L the other night, and Slaughter, I think, it's either Slaughter or Spirit Breaker, really, for who to send over in terms of a strength hero. And, of course, those 2 heroes are rough. I think Slaughter scales a little bit better. He could probably carry later into the stages of the game. He's got a nice disable as well. Of course, his sprint is very nice to have. On top of that, he actually has amplified damage, which really makes it tough to have any sort of tankiness on the opposing team. On top of that, very quick Roshans with him if he decides to go down that route. Crystal Maiden is going to be sent up next to Artyk here as they have 1 more pick, and they're going to give Phantom Assassin to Fnatic North America. So they're going to need to find some room and space here with Phantom Assassin to try to farm and get some farm. Otherwise, she's not going to be real useful. You need, of course, to get that coup de grace. Try to get a Battle Fury, but that's easier said than done, I think, in reverse captain's mode. I mean, that's something else. If you can get a Battle Fury, that would be fantastic. Meanwhile, there's 0 seconds of reserve time right now for Fnatic North America, so they literally have to start banning stuff out in the regular amount of time, or they're just going to start randoming. Or they might not just ban anything at all at this point, which is, I mean, we'll see what happens if they want to go down that route. But that being said, Crystal Maiden sent over to the side of Artyk, which is interesting because, like, that could be part of a legitimate tri-lane. And I mean, I talked to F4L before, they actually sort of like having to deal with actual team comps, essentially, whereas other teams are sort of just okay with, like, banning out everything and giving you all the carries, essentially. Fnatic North America wants to make that a little bit more challenging on themselves, which is pretty cool, I'd have to say. But Artyk, of course, they do have that Crystal Maiden, so they have got Frostbite and Crystal Nova as well. So there's a disable, there's a nice nuke damage. There's 2, real good spells with nuke damage there on that side of Artyk. They also have some decent mana regen with Arcane Aura if they want to skill that. And, of course, Freezing Field with that buff is pretty nice to have. So, I mean, Crystal Maiden's not the best support in the world. In fact, it's one of the worst supports right now in Dota. But certainly better than nothing. Certainly better than not having any supports, which at this point right now is what FnaticNA's lineup is looking like. You got carry, carry, carry. Necro can play support if he wants to, but, I mean, you can see he's got the little support icon here. But I think people would prefer to play him in that carry role, get him some farm, send him mid, do something like that. Bloodseeker's banned out, Clinks as well as the Anti-Mage from Fnatic North America. 2 more bans for Artyk, 1 more for FnaticNA. And we are going to jump the game in just a moment. So this is going to be a tough game for FnaticNA to win, I think. Yes, Slaughter is not the best carry in the world, but given the fact that there's a Crystal Maiden, Slaughter and Crystal Maiden in conjunction with one another could probably be pretty damn annoying. I mean, if you think about it, you could Frostbite somebody, and then he'll just run up to you and essentially Slitherine Crush without any problems whatsoever. So that's something you got to keep your eye on. Medusa could probably be part of that tri-lane, or she could go into a solo lane or whatever. I mean, there's a bunch of different versatile ways you can use her, especially against a lineup that doesn't really have any potential stopping powers. No real nuke damage early on. I mean, you do have this Burning Spears, which would be nice right-click damage to have, but Death Pulse is your only nuke damage really early on, and that's not really reliable at all. Stifling Dagger as well, which, I mean, at level 4 is 200 damage. It's a lot of damage, but at the same time, Phantom Assassin's not really going to be using that too much to, like, do a ton of damage unless she can get some nice experience early on. But these are all things that, might happen.
10
We'll have to actually
seconds
see what
remaining.
actually happens when we jump into the game. We're going to see the Drow ban coming out from
Dota
Fnatic North
team
America, just banning out more carries, making sure that they give Artyk a difficult time with, the next few picks here. Of course, the Faceless Void ban coming out from the side of Artyk. So there's 2 ranged on both sides right now, and essentially both teams can pick whoever they want at this point. The pool is open, it's free. There's plenty of options here. We're just waiting on one more ban from Artyk, as they have 42 seconds of reserve time as well. North America, Fnatic North America does not have that luxury,
10
unfortunately. And it's going to be Viper coming out from the side of Artyk, so I hear that we've seen a few times, both in good and bad roles. I think Viper works actually really well in this tournament. I think people sort of kind of underrate that hero when it comes to this tournament. He can dish out a lot of damage given the right, lane. And get some farm as well, so. Artyk, of course, is going to be receiving a hero from Fnatic North America. I'm not sure what it's going to be at this point.
10 seconds remaining.
Just more squishiness, essentially. They already have a Slaughter, which makes their team that much more
5
tanky in
seconds
comparison to
remaining.
what the side of Fnatic North America has. It's going to be a Venomancer. I'm not sure if that was randomed or what, but this is actually going to be tough. That is a legitimate tri-lane. Venomancer, Crystal Maiden, and Slaughter is a legitimate tri-lane. Like, you can do that. Frostbite into Venomous Gale, into Crystal Nova, into Stun, it's the killing potential is there. So Medusa is actually going to either be able to get mid or offlane farm, and this could be potentially a aggressive tri-lane right now. So
10 seconds
FnaticNA,
remaining.
I think, are just sort of playing around with their opponents, and I think they believe their
5
skill level is
seconds
very high, and they
remaining.
can take this win very easily. I'm not sure if that's the case, especially when they get a Shadow Fiend pick for them. That's tough. Now, Shadow Fiend, a hero that works actually really well later on into the game. Once you can get something like a Shadow Blade, even a Blink is fine. But early on, you have to get Necromastery stacks. You get a lot of damage per soul, and the max souls you can get, level 1 is 12. So the more souls you get, the more right-click damage you're going to be doing, which is very important. You get that first, get some last hits, and actually become relevant in team fights.
10 seconds
Raise is
remaining.
always very nice as well. If you can hit those raises, a little more easier.
5 seconds
I think than
remaining.
people give Shadow Fiend credit. I don't think it's the hardest thing in the world to hit the raises, but Witch Doctor is going to be picked up here for Artyk, and that is going to be a lot of supports, but also a lot of squishiness here. The only tanky hero they have is Slaughter, not including Medusa's mana shield right now, but at the same time, there's plenty of potential to see some kills early on, some ganks. And Fnatic North America, I think, are sort of, I guess they're not really worried about it at this point, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to jump into the game in just a moment, so.
10 seconds remaining.
And chat is going on a long tangent about money.
5 seconds
And
remaining.
I'm not really sure why, but that's fine.
Riki.
And they're going to give Riki up to Fnatic North America, so carries everywhere. Who's going to support? No idea, but I mean, this is exactly what you really need to do if you're, I think, really serious about winning. I think Artyk really wants to try to take this game. They want to get at least one win under their belt before they go home here. And Fnatic North America, I think they're very confident with their play, but at the same time, giving up these kind of supports to Artyk is something that I would not have expected. Now, who's going to play what is an indication of where everything's going to be laned at this point. Generally, MSS, Moses Stormstout, has been the mid laner. Jube has been the support. I think he's been the 4 or 5. F4 on him. I've rotated on and off the role. Smurf generally is the carry, but of course he's not here right now, so I'm not sure what they're going to do with Universe and Mers Glacius in this, this role.
10 seconds remaining.
Universe going to jump on the Shadow Fiend, and we're going to get in the game in just a moment.
5 seconds remaining.
So once again, thank you for joining us here. My name is Maut. This is Neo Dota. This is the second to last game for the group stages here for, of course, AtoD number 3. Remember, if FnaticNA wins both of these games tonight, they're going to be in the playoffs with typical mistakes. Getting a pause, because it wouldn't be AtoD 3 without a pause to start the game off. On the side of Artyk, we're going to see Mihawk on the Medusa, IWO on the Slaughter. We're going to see Mueren Gringos on the Witch Doctor. Smash will be on the Venomancer, and Masoku will be on the Crystal Maiden, and he's number 1. Meanwhile, on the side of FnaticNA, we're waiting on 2 more picks here from the side of their team. We're waiting on Merz Glacius as well as Jubei, and then we'll jump into the game. But for the time being, Hannah Montana will be on the Phantom Assassin, Universe on the Shadow Fiend, and Mojo Stormstout on the Riki. Some famous North American players right there. Hannah, of course, formerly of Complexity fame. Universe, well, as Universe, and Mojo Stormstout, he's been around for a while. Merz Glacius is going to jump on that Necrolite. I'm just waiting on Jubei for the last hero here. And Jubei will be on the Huskar, of course. So blue is going to pause. Riki paused the game as they're just trying to figure out how to lane this. It's pretty easy to figure out how Artyk's going to lane this. I think they're probably going to go for either a defensive tri-lane or an aggressive one. Send the Medusa mid, and then... actually, I don't really know. Because you have 3 supports here. I suppose what you could do is send one of these supports into a solo lane, or you could just dual lane it. Either way. They're not going to quad lane. Or you can send Slardar as a solo laner. Maybe solo safe lane Slardar and then do an aggressive tri-lane with all of these supports. Because the amount of nuke damage here is pretty damn high. And then send Medusa mid or something like that. But that being said, the game is still paused. We're actually just waiting on and seeing what's going to happen right now. Fnatic does take it to the 45-minute mark. They do have a chance to win. That being said, I don't know if they're going to get that chance. This is a tough lineup here. I mean, this is like hard carry, sort of hard carry, semi-carry, semi-carry. No real supports. No real nuke damage. I mean, Stifling Dagger and Raises are going to be your nukes, and they're not even going to be skilled at level 1 probably. I mean, Phantom Assassin might go for Stifling Dagger level 1, but we'll see what happens. The interesting thing is going to see how they're going to lane this. It looks like Jubei is going to go mid currently. Mojo is going to go bottom on that Riki. He might go for a solo Riki, which is going to be very tough. Universe also heading mid currently. I don't know exactly what they're doing. Potentially, Universe could actually be in the jungle if he wants to, but we'll see what happens. Huskar actually going to head up to the top lane, I think. Maybe just look for the rune at the top river spot real quick. Hannah Montana going to go top as well. Universe is going to be sitting down here in the mid lane. Bottom lane. So it might just be dual lanes here. And this is, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tri-lane. So it looks like they're going to send Veno to the mid lane right now, and they're going to throw Medusa up to solo easy lane, which is very good. But now they're going to go right after MSS right now. He'll take some right-click damage from the Crystal Maiden, but nothing too scary for him right now. And they're just going to throw a ward up here, make sure that there's no pulling happening right now in this lane. No sentries here on either of these heroes. So pulling is not an option, it looks like. I don't know if this ward actually gets this camp. It should, but they'll throw a ward here as well. One of the better wards in the game, I'd say.
The battle begins.
Mihawk's going to be going up against what seems to be a Huskar as well as Hannah Montana on that Phantom Assassin. So it is duel versus solo and then duel versus try. And it's not the easiest duel versus try either, especially with the amount of supports here. DD up on Witch Doctor. They want to head mid right now. And Universe could be in a lot of trouble. So we'll have to see how that does go. But there is going to be a pause for whatever reason. And the Witch Doctor is going to roam mid. He does have that double damage, Paralyzing Cask as well. So he's got stun, but of course Universe kind of needs to be with his creeps, which he is right now. As you can see, he's with all of these creeps. So that stun would potentially be good. There's no Frostbite at level 1. Instead, it's a Crystal Nova. Frostbite duration is actually 1.5, so it's pretty long duration for a level 1 stun. Merz Glacius going for Death Pulse. That'll allow for some regen for Mojo Stormstout, who went for Blink Strike first. And this is an excellent first pickup for skill, I think, for an ability for Riki, because he's going to be potentially in harm's way for a long time here. And Blink Strike is going to be used on somebody like Merz Glacius so that he can get out of trouble. So, and Universe, of course, going for Necromastery at level 1. He's going for Slippers of Agility and Circlet. Probably go for a Wraith Band early on. Maybe even into an Aquila. Yeah, I'm wondering that same thing. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, or top jungle, I should say, Jubei's here. He's ready to just jump right on top of Venomancer. And if this pause goes on for any longer than about a minute, they can just stream cheat, which I really don't want to see. So I prefer if we unpause the game right now. The good old knocking of the door at potentially 8:30 a.m. or 7:30 at night. Phantom Assassin going for Stout Shield, double GG branch. Plenty of regen. So hand will be fine. Jubei has one salve and boots with speed. Okay, I did not see that coming. Alright, there's something there that I thought was missing. I looked at his item choices the first time around. I'm just like, oh, he doesn't have a whole lot. He's got boots of speed. So that's actually going to be nice to have because that's going to allow him for some early aggression, which is really nice. And yeah, I really don't like when the team pauses for longer than 2 minutes without really having any answer for. I mean, it's a reverse captain's mode tournament. I'm not going to get super upset about it, but at the same time, it's just something that is, you know, sketchy, to say the least. I just don't know what Jehovah's Witnesses come at 7 o'clock at night. That's definitely not right. The time for Jesus is all day. My Dota friends, have you heard the good news about our Lord and Savior? Go? Question mark? Alright, here we go. Jump into the game. Now, let's see what unusual movements are going to happen here after this pause is unpaused. Smash going to come up. They're looking for a gank right now, right on top of course, Universe. And Universe, I mean, he's got the creep wave close to his tower, so if they do jump on him, it's going to be a dive under the tower here. You can see there's going to be the cast going, of course, the Venomous Gale as well. Universe in a lot of trouble, of course, that double damage. Just too much damage. They actually might get a double kill here on Jubei. Jubei taking plenty of damage. He's going to go down as well, with Stars getting the kill there. And Jubei disconnects from the game. So we'll get a pause real quick. IWO, excuse me. Bottom lane right now. He's solo, so Mojo could potentially go on top of this Slardar, but there's nothing to stun him with. He has Slithering Crush at level 1 as well. And you're not going to really be able to man up on this guy until you can get something like your smoke screen so that he does get slowed. He does, of course, get silenced, and backstab as well is going to be nice to have. So already right now, Universe going down, Huskar going down, not something they wanted to have happen. That's going to be 500 experience and almost 1,000 gold already going the way of Artyk before the 1 minute mark is actually hit. So Jubei will reconnect to the game. We'll unpause the game and keep on going here as Universe should be a little bit more careful, but Smash is actually sitting at half health right now. He does have 3 tangos. Of course, he's got his bottle on the way. And Smash is doing a very good job of just denying, making it very difficult for Universe to get his last hits here in this lane. So already roaming mid again. There's another smoke, or actually the first smoke used this time. Stars and Masoku is here. They want to try to go on Universe once again. They're just going to try to shut his farm down as much as possible. He is level 2, but now they're going to get revealed here as Stars does go very close to the tower. Universe does see this. He'll back off. Huskar going back up this time to the top rune spot here. Not going to find anything. He might just head up to the top lane. Mihawk, 6 last hits for him, as you can see. Hannah Montana is sitting at 3, so the offlaner Hannah is actually having a tough time here against Mihawk right now. Hannah's going to try to do some damage to him, but this is going to be an interesting battle here. Mana Shield is available for Medusa. Now Jubei coming in. He's got the Burning Spears, but he doesn't really have a whole lot else. I mean, there's a Stifling Dagger's going to slow. Jubei going to continue to go. Mana Shield's going to be popped right now. And I don't know if they'll be able to get this kill. Look how much damage that he's taking with this Mana Shield. There is no mana left, however. Stifling Dagger's going to go as well. Jubei wants to dive this. Potentially could get the kill. Doing a lot of damage under the tower. Jubei, oh, he's going to go down first. In fact, Mihawk getting that kill instead. Not sure if that was the best trade for them. Definitely not. Huskar going down. Meanwhile, bottom lane right now, you can see Riki. Mojo sitting at 7 last hits. Slardar as well. So the lead is, of course, for Artyk here at this point. There's no denying that. This tri-lane is going to be effective now. They already ganked Universe. Universe could potentially snowball, however, and get, you know, pretty out of control pretty quickly if he can get his farm, but that level 1 gank is not going to help him. Huskar to come in right now, so this is sort of a roaming Huskar, but he needs to accomplish his goals by just getting kills. Unfortunately, it's not going to be the easiest thing. They don't have any sort of stoppage, disables, I should say, and Smash is going to take some right-click damage, but immediately Jubei, you can see he takes so much damage. He's very squishy at only 511 damage, or excuse me, HP right now. Coming mid is Merz Glacius right now. Venomous Gale going as well onto Universe. That's not a whole lot of damage, so it doesn't really matter. Meanwhile, Mojo. Sprint going for IWO. There's the Slitherine Crush right now. Cask might be available, but they're going to use Frostbite first, and Mojo is going to go down. Nice Blink Strike, but that shouldn't save him. There's still, of course, Sprint from the Slaughter. Oh, he's getting blocked by his own creeps and the Slitherine Crush, and that'll be enough for the kill for IWO to grab that. He's got boots as well. He'll take some tower damage, but it's 4-1 right now. I mean, they're just getting absolutely trounced upon right now. Mihawk going to throw up his Mana Shield right now. TP rotation coming in, this time from Stars. They might back off here. Paralyzing Cask, that's going to hit, but not to really chain to anything. Mihawk going to take more damage. Hannah has no mana right now. Stars taking some damage as well from Burning Spears. Mihawk just turning right around with that Mana Shield, not really worried about any damage to be taken. On the backside, here comes a hasted up smash. Hannah Montana in some trouble. Taking a lot of damage. He's blurred up, but he probably will go down. Nice wardage as well, and Venomancer are going to get the kill, but here comes MSS. They want the kill on Stars. Maledict's going to fly. MSS in some trouble, and he's got to back off. He's taking a lot of damage. Maledict and, of course, the poison might be enough to get the kill. Smash is going to dive here. There's, of course, going to be the poison ward. Is it going to be enough? Yes, the Maledict getting the kill there. So 2-6 is the trade right now. Jubei very low in life. Nice rotations coming up from the side of Artyk. There was that TP from Mojo, but it didn't really matter. But Universe is left mid, and that's going to give him 21 last hits, which is not the best. Illusion Rune might be taken here by Smash. Venomous Gale is going to go. Raise, nice kill from Universe. Excellent kill to turn that around. He's like, you're going to take my Illusion Rune? I don't really care. I'm just going to raise you to death. And he does. So Smash making a little bit of a mistake there. He denied the rune, but it doesn't matter. That's more gold for Universe and experience, by the way. Sitting at level 6, he's at 21 last hits, but Slaughter sitting at 22 himself. And they want to play aggressively down here, and they can. Merz Glacius getting some experience, but not a whole lot of farm. Masoku's going to come around from the backside. Mojo needs to help him out here. Of course, there is no smoke screen. Merz Glacius is going to death pull. Slithering Crush will hit as well. And Merz Glacius will go down. IWO getting the kill there. Mid lane. Universe has his Wraith Band. He's got his Boots of Speed. Bottle Crowing currently. Smash has the Illusion Rune still, of course, from that previous engagement. A lot of wards going down here. Universe isn't really concerned at this point, but 3-7. Artyk leading the way pretty fantastically. Hannah Montana sitting at level 4 with a bottle. Not a whole lot of last hits. Only 11. 16, of course, from Mihawk right now. 750 experience going the side of Artyk. Gold is at almost 1750. 1500 really is where it's at right now, so Hannah, gotta be careful. Oh, nice deny coming in from Mihawk, but 4 heroes right around mid and in the jungle currently. They might want to go on Smash here. Bottom lane, they're just going to abandon it for the time being. Merz Glacius might go in. They do have this Dire Ward here still, so they see them rotate through. So they're going to see Merz Glacius, and they're going to go right under this tower. They're probably just going to dive him once they kill the creep wave. So that's what you have to keep in mind right now. Fnatic, despite an interesting draft, not really working for them just yet. And that can change if Universe can get his farm going right now. On top of that, Merz Glacius, he's going to eat his way through and just try to stay underneath this tower, but they're going to chase right after him. Stars as well as Masoku looking for him. Merz Glacius has no TP. He needs a rotation here right now. Merz Glacius still eating his way through, but they're going to find him here. Cask might go. Maledict first. Merz Glacius, I mean, he's dead. Death Pulse is going to, let him live just a little bit right now, but there's no TP rotations coming in from FnaticNA. I'm not surprised that happened. Merz Glacius needed to be in a little bit of a better position there. They knew he was there because, of course, that ward, which we saw right about here, it has disappeared right now. Meanwhile, top lane, of course, the ult being used for Medusa right now. Hannah Montana using that Stifling Dagger to get a creep kill as well. They're going to back off. No TP rotations coming in. They want to take this bottom tower on the side of Artyk, but yeah, you're going to see actually Stars is going to try to take this creep wave here, and he's actually going to TP out, sort of just pulling it for a moment, allowing them to just go straight towards the tower and get some more free farm on that tower. Fortification is going to fly. Mojo's going to head back down there. He's got his Poor Man's Shield done. Jubei. Actually, he's going for Tranquil Boots right now, so he's got some healing potential just besides the Inner Vitality. TP to the mid lane. Universe, gonna get some farm. Went back to get his treads, it looks like, as well as maybe regen up. A lot of Plague Wards here from Smash, so he's doing a nice job of just defending his side of the lane. But Universe is sitting at 28 Necromastery stacks right now, which provides him a pretty nice 50-ish plus damage there. Nice deny coming in from Universe again. So he's sitting at 8 right now. leading the way in terms of levels. Rotating through Smoke Gang coming from Masoku and Stars. They're going to head mid right now. It'll be 2 versus 3 fight if they try to engage on this. And Jubei is only at level 4, well, level 3 technically, and he is the lowest in terms of experience, tied with Mers Glacius, who are having a tough time. JB will get spotted out here. He's going to take, of course, the Frostbite and a Maledict. There's the Paralyzing Cask. He needs to be careful. He is going to go down for sure to that Maledict and the right quick damage. Stars will get that kill. Rotation coming through from Hannah Montana, but a little late. Going to go for Phase Boots as he's got that Blades of Attack done. Just needs one more to go. Mojo, he's going to get amplified damage, so they will be able to see him, but he's not even level 6 yet, so it doesn't particularly matter. Universe is still, he's been alive for a while now, sitting at 52 last hits, so he's steadily getting farm, and once he hits that point where he can get Requiem of Souls, and maybe even a lucky Invis Rune or a quick Shadow Blade, they'll be in good position. However, that's not going to be for a while. They're down quite a bit in terms of kills, the experience advantage, as well as the level advantage right now. Mihawk and his team are just going to try to pressure the towers here and take them. And they should be able to take both of these, actually. Bottom is going to go down for sure. Witch Doctor will take that kill. Hannah's going to just try to take this creep wave and defend here. Easier said than done once again. Of course, there's a siege creep as well. Mihawk will get pushed back. Ring of Akil is done. Boots as well as the Magic Stick. Probably Magic Wand as well. Slaughter has Armlet right now at 835. IDO in a very good position right now. Almost 3,000 experience. 4,000 in gold. And so, you know, Ham Sandwich said in chat, if this game goes to 45 minutes, maybe FnaticNA probably win this, but it's at 10 minutes right now, and Artyk aren't making too many mistakes here, so IWO gonna head back down to the bottom jungle. Use your illusions. Send your illusions to the creep wave. Either way, it does give him vision, which is nice. Jubei in some trouble. He's going to get frostbitten. Probably a rotation coming in from the Slaughter, as well as, of course, Stars. Smokescreen's going to go. Slithering Crush available. He's going to use it right now. Nope, doesn't even need to. Just going to hit him once with that amplified damage, and that's enough. There goes the Slithering Crush. Mers Glacius is going to go down, and oh boy, they're in some trouble right now. Universe is going to come in. Going for BKB is what it looks like. Universe needs to be very careful. I mean, he knew they were there. Just trying to bait this a little bit. There's the Maledict damage going in. That's actually going to be a decent amount of damage right now. And he actually needs to back off and heal up. Nice Dire Ward here, going to provide some vision, of course, of the lane as well as the jungle. Top lane, Hannah's getting taking some damage. Nice denial on that tower, using, of course, that Phantom Strike. He's going to phase boot away. Mihawk cannot catch him. Hannah actually needs to TP out, but he doesn't have one. They're going to try to rotate through. No, they're going to just take the mid lane tower right now. So, I mean, FnaticNA has got to turtle this as hard as possible, and right now it's not looking good for them. They have the Plague Wards. They have a decent amount of damage early on. They have a Slaughter with an Armlet at this point. Universe is the scary one here, which I think is something to be, you know, said about Fnatic right now. If they can get Universe some more farm, if they can get him some more room. Same with Hannah as well. If they can get him some farm and some room, they'll be in a good place. He's got one level of coup de grace. Mojo Storm Stout in some trouble as well. He's got that amplified damage. It's going to get refreshed from IWO there. And so he's going to try to pick up another hit. Oh, sprint going to the bottom lane. Smokescreen, nice job there. He's just going to sit right on top of that. TP going to be coming in. Armlet's going to get toggled off right now. Hannah, blink, dagger. They want to try to take IWO right now, and Hannah needs to be careful here. Armlet can go back on. That's going to be a lot of damage going in, as well as health regen. Hannah in some trouble. That blur not really helping him. He's going to try to blink strike away. Not going to happen. And double damage going for the Venomancer right now. Jubei getting body blocked by the ward. Nice job there, but Jubei is going to go down, and he got body blocked by MSS here as well. Smokescreen's going to go. He's going to take some tower damage as well. They're just going to dive past towers without really caring. Universe is going to come in. He might try to clean this up. Smash has a TP scroll. He's going to use his Poison Nova. MSS might need to get out here. Same with Universe. They're both going to TP. They get 2 kills, but they also lose 2, one of them being Hannah Montana. Jubei the other. Jubei's sitting at, of course, level 5 right now, so he is not too far behind. Level 4 for the Necro Light, so Mers is actually kind of low. On the backside, Mojo, he actually is invisible. He has level 6 right now, so he can go right on top. If he can get a blink strike onto IWO, he might get this kill, of course, that backstab. He needs to blink and then smokescreen pretty much immediately, and IWO going to try. Oh, he has his Armlet on right now, so that's kind of pointless here. He needs to wait until that toggles off, and MSS is just sitting right behind him, essentially. What's coming on the courier, though, is the question. Any vision? Any true sight right now? No, not for Stars. And Jubei's going to sit very close. Meanwhile, as I pan away for just a moment, Mojo does get that kill on IWO, but now Stars is going to be the target here. Smokescreen is still available, and they're going to be following him. Universe is going to come in from the backside as well. They need to hit this slow, and Jubei's going to keep going. TP scroll. Silence not going to do anything. The raises. Yes, that'll get the kill. Universe with the raises. Nice job. Force him to use that TP. Universe with the raises picks up the kill. 7-13 right now. And Fnatic slowly creeping back into this one right now. 4,000 experience, 7,500 gold, so maybe not, but still there's time right now. Universe sitting at 81 last hits currently, 67 for the Slaughter, 65 for the Medusa. And the Medusa's sort of been unchecked for a while. Going for that Ring of Health could probably be a Perseverance into that Lincoln Sphere, which you see very often on Medusas. Level 9 for her. Level 11 for Universe, by the way. 10 and 9, Smash at 10 as well. 8 for the Riki, 8 for the Phantom Assassin. The real problem right now is Merz Glacius is not getting a whole lot done. He's just trying to get some farm here in the mid lane. He is level 5 right now, but he needs to be 6 to have that disabled, that ultimate, which is so nice to have. Reaper Scythe, decent ultimate. Can do a decent amount of damage. Like I was talking about earlier, I didn't even notice it, but of course amplified damage, excellent for killing up Roshan, and they do take that Aegis. It's going to be on Slaughter right now, and I don't know if they can take another fight. I mean, really there hasn't been any 5-man engagements at all this entire game, but if Artyk want to push 5-man, I don't really know what they can do to stop it on the side of Fnatic. You have Universe, who has Requiem of Souls completed, and very close to his BKB as well, which will be something to have, but will that be enough is the question. I mean, they'll have an Aegis on the Slaughter, and they'll be able to kill everybody else pretty quickly just because of how squishy Masoku and, of course, Stars are, but this Slaughter will be kind of a problem, as will Mihawk, of course, with that Mana Shield. That's going to be tough to get through. Merz Glacius in the meantime. Gonna be farming up mid. Still very close to level 6, but Mojo Stormstout is gonna say, hey, I need this farm a little bit more than you. Sorry, bud. I don't blame him. So Merz Glacius. Once he gets 6, which he does have it now, he has that Reaper Scythe. He's got boots, so he's not too far behind now. Meanwhile, everybody's grouping on bottom. They want to try to push this tier 2 tower in the bottom lane here. They have the Aegis. They can be aggressive with it. They have Plague Wards. They've got all of their ultimates as well, as you can see. Except for Crystal Maiden, who hasn't skilled it yet, which is fine. It's sort of acceptable to do. Smash will TP back and try to defend mid lane. Universe is here, but he's not going to be able to do much. That tower is in fact gone. IWO. Going to build BKB next, as you can see with the Ogre Club. And once that BKB is done, then Universe is going to be in trouble because that magical damage coming from Requiem of Souls is going to be doing a whole lot of nothing. Meanwhile, they're going to group up top, and it looks like they want to smoke gank and just try to jump on this Medusa. If they can pick up this kill, they'll be in a good position. Mihawk going to get life broken. Mana Shield might be next. It'll get turned down, but Mihawk's in some trouble. Oh, TP rotation going to come in. Reaper Scythe going to go into IWO, and they'll get the kill, of course, with the Aura coming in, the Death Pulse. Nice with the ring crush on two. Merz Glacius in some trouble. There's going to be the ult. Looking at it go right now. Mojo taking a lot of damage. Hannah Montana will pick up that kill. No, Riki will get it. Blink Strike coming from, of course, the Hannah Montana right now. IWO chasing after Hannah. Hannah's pretty quick. He also has his phase boots. Armlet toggling right now. They need more help. Universe is making his way up there. No, he's going to sit mid as well. Stifling Dagger. Hannah's going to try to go right on top of this Mojo, thinking about going as well, but Slithering Crush. No mana for Slithering Crush, by the way. Smurf. Blink Strike. Mech. Hannah needs to get out. Slithering Crush going to hit. Hannah is going to go down. And Mojo is going to sit right on top of that Slytherin as well as he runs into it. So in the end, it's a 1-4-2 trade, it looks like. A pretty good trade for the side of FnaticNA. Unfortunately, they do lose Hannah at the end of that engagement, but IWO and Smash going to try to push up. Universe is pushing the mid-tier 1, and he's going to be able to get that. There's a fortification, just trying to delay it as long as possible. TP's going to come in from the Medusa. Universe could probably solo him, and he could do a decent amount of damage. He'll take the tower. Mihawk going to take some raises right now. You know, try to run away as well, so Universe not going to chase that. Venomants are going to pick up the kill on the tower on the top lane, so Jubei now grabbing all the wards, as well as the smoke. Sitting at level 7, level 6 for Merz Glacius right now. What is that Observer Ward? How much vision does that even give? Well, the Plague Wards are giving a lot, so I can't really tell. That's a strange ward if I've ever seen one. That was right in the pit. Meanwhile, they also have 2 wards right here on the ramp, including a sentry, so they know Mojo's right there. So they're going to actually just try to go for mid, which is the last tier 2 available. Roche, Aegis is still available, still for about 2 minutes on IWO. They're going to continue to try to pressure mid here. Universe still farming away. His BKB is completed. Also 1,400 gold in the bank as well. Once again, I mean, late game, it's anybody's game here if it goes late enough. And he's only down by a couple hundred to, of course, the Slardar on Artyk's side. Deuce is sitting at 6,000. Smash at 7,000 as well. But Smash really isn't going to provide a whole lot other than, of course, his magical damage, which is nice. But he has a mech. He's going to have what seems to be an Aghanim Scepter as well pretty soon. Smash will back off. Universe has taken the lead in terms of net worth right now. Mojo's going to be down here. Universe is going to TP out as well as Mojo. They're going to go mid. They're going to try and engage on mid right now. Poison Nova is going to go, taking a lot of damage as Hannah as well. There's going to be Freezing Field. They're going to pick up a ton of kills here with Masoka. Reaper Scythe is going to fly. 2 down, though. A 2-for-2 trade, but the problem here is they gave a double kill to Universe, and that is a big deal. He did use his BKB. No Requiem of Souls just yet. He's got 36 souls, by the way. Oh, here comes IWO, though. Universe needs to back off. Mojo's in some trouble. Mojo's going to go down for sure. Universe maybe thinking about going here. Nice Blink Strike coming in from Mojo. That might save his life, actually. Stifling Dagger. Raises Smokescreen as well. There's going to be Requiem of Souls. It's going to hit. This time on his Stars. Stars is going to fall down as well. Universe taking a kill. Looking for another one. Slow coming in from, of course, from Medusa. Medusa taking a lot of damage there. Here comes Merz Glacius. Merz Glacius is all alone right now. Death Pulse available? No, not available. But everybody's low. IWO. Age is going to be used. No Armlet toggled there. And they're not going to chase out of the base here. Mihawk's at pretty much half life. There's going to be a mana break. Life break, excuse me. Available. Not going to happen. God, I'm getting my skills mixed up. Medallion of Courage is finished for the Crystal Man, which is also something that can really burn through some heroes real quick. And that's going to be the Aegis gone. Universe will take that up with a raise, realizing that it was pretty much over anyways. Universe thinking about fighting this potentially. It's going to be the Crystal Nova. Inner Vitality going onto Universe. The Stake going for Mihawk right now. Raze is going to push this back, so they can't fight into this just yet. And maybe they lost their window of opportunity on this side of Artyk to fight this, especially with that Aegis gone. Going to throw another ult, amplified damage, this time on the Huskar. And more Sentry Wards are being thrown. Mojo backing off. I think Mojo knows that they could see him now as the creep wave was heading in his direction. Slithering Crush, not going to hit. BKB's going to go. Smoke. And IWO is going to go down right now, but a lot of damage going. And Stars is actually going to back off, realizing this is not his fight. Universe just trying to go right now. Mech's going to be used. Mihawk has his mana shield up. Plague Ward going. But IWO being dead, they can fight this essentially. Reaper Scythe, was it already used is the question. No, they still have it. But there's wards pretty much everywhere, all over the map. You see the Sentry Ward here, the Sentry Ward here. They want to make sure they have plenty of vision if Mojo just tries to come around the side, which, I mean, he's very close to doing so. There's a smoke gank. They might walk right through it. They have the vision. Meanwhile, Regen's going to be bottled. They're just going to chase after Hannah. Hannah's going to Stifling Dagger. He's going to try to fight this potentially. He's waiting for his team. Drum Charge. He also has the Regen. He needs to... The Poison Nova is going to go. He's going to try to TP out. He won't make it. He's going to go down. Life Break going to go on his Smash. He's going to take some damage. Requiem of Souls on the high ground. He's going to kill Stars immediately, but there's the Paralyzing Cast. Universe in some trouble. Where's Glacius is going to go. Mana Shield is still up right now. Universe is going to go down. Got denied by neutrals. Nice job there. Mihawk maybe in some trouble. Smoke Screen's going to fly. Backstab. Reaper Scythe, gonna do enough damage? No. One more click should do it. That'll be it. Triple kill gonna go for MSS. Venomous Gale misses. But here comes Sprint from IWO, hitting that Slithering Crush. Mojo in some trouble. He's gonna fall down next. So, a 3-for-4 trade right there. Universe does go down to neutrals. And a triple kill for Mojo as well, but not necessarily the best trade. Let's look at the graphs. Fnatic has made up their deficit and experience. They're back to 0 gold. Still going pretty well in favor of Artyk right now with about 10,000. And a long fight sort of turns the tides a little bit for Fnatic, despite not getting any real gold out of that. It sort of curved upward a little bit up until that last fight. But they need to start taking some towers. There are still 2 tier 1s available. One bottom, which is below half health. The other top as well. And IWO, he has his BKB now, which is going to make it even more difficult. The good thing was Universe, of course, going down to the neutrals. He needs to get his Necromastery stacks back up, as he can do a lot of damage. He's going to go for that Yash, a casual Yash, perhaps into a Manta style. He's going to TP. Looks like he's going to TP bottom. Just farm this up and use some raises here. Yeah, and that's going to probably for some nice farm. Or not, either way. Stars now with that Urn with the Arcane moves as well. I want to check out the items real quick. Jubei, he's still sitting on a lot of wards. Yasha for both MSS as well as Universe right now. Drum is done for Hannah Montana. Mech very close for the Necrolite right now, which has been done, of course, for the Venomancer, who also has his Aghanim Scepter. BKB, we already talked about. Lincoln's is done for the Medusa. And so they do have this nice item lead going for them. Right now, net worth, of course, Universe still leading the way, but they need more time here. They need time for MSS and Hannah to get some farm here. And they're getting close. As you can see, they're getting close to some core items right now. A BKB would be excellent for Hannah at this point, but it might not be able to be... They might go for another item instead. Yasha, of course, for the Riki. He's level 12, as you can see. 15 for Universe, 13 and 13 for the Venomancer, as well as the Medusa. 12 for IWO. And they're going to try to push this. There's a fort available, but I don't know if they're going to be able to defend this here. As there's so many Plague Wards right now, and they're just going to have to right-click them all down. Fort, fort, fort. No, the deny. Not enough for Universe right there. And Universe will back off. They'll take the tower. Smash getting the kill there. Universe is going to go to the jungle, get some creeps as well, thinking about it. Requiem of Souls, only level 2. It's going to be level 3 very soon. Stars is going to throw down a Sentry Ward there. I think Universe knows it's there. And he's just going to go right on top of Stars. Raises, perhaps. Maybe. Thinking about it. And Universe decides not to chase, as he could have been counter-initiated pretty quickly. And Universe will just keep farming. He's very close to level 16. And once you hit level 16, that could be a turning point. Another one. It's 22 minutes in the game. And there's no tier 3s down yet, so Fnatic looking okay. Roshan is up, as you can see. Artyk is waiting as the timer is about to run out, and it's going to spawn as it hits the ground. And amplify damage, plus, of course, the Medallion of Courage is going to be so nice to have to be able to take this Roshan down in pretty much about a second. And yeah, he's going to fall almost instantaneously. You've got to think that they know when the Rosh is, the Rosh timer, but I don't see any way that Fnatic can get in here in time. They're going to throw a Sentry Ward down, and they know this is happening right now. There's nothing they can do to stop it, essentially. Stars is going to be here. There's going to be Paralyzing Cast, Maledict, Rosh is going to fall, and Universe will back off as well. So that's another Aegis, this time going on IWO once again, and MSS will pause real quick. So you got to hand it to the side of FnaticNA. They're trying. Universe is going to disconnect real quick, and he'll probably get back into the game in just a second. He will be going for a Manta style as he does pick up that Ultimate Orb. Just needs the recipe, which he's actually got enough for, I believe, right now. I'm looking for it. How do I not know where it is? Yeah, the recipe's 900. So Hannah's sitting at 1,000 gold. Does anybody have buyback on the side of FnaticNA? Because that's what it's going to come down to. Meanwhile, the Dire, 3 have buyback. I believe Universe might. Universe should. No, well, actually he does, but he'll lose enough gold. So yeah, actually he needs a little bit more money, and he'll have it. Anybody else on the Radiant side? No, but they're about 300 to 400 gold away, each one of them, except for, of course, Ricky, who's 52 gold away. So this is a nice little position for Artyk. They're going to chase, but they have IWO way out in front of him, and that could potentially be bad. I mean, Universe is not in the best position. He can BKB and TP out, and there's no way that they could be able to stop that, but he might go down before that actually happens. I think that's what they need to do. I think he just needs to BKB TP at this point. And this was actually a good pause for them, essentially, in terms of figuring out what they need to do. And Hannah's going to back up as well. Hannah can just Blink Strike away. Phantom Strike, I guess. Blink Strike is the Ricky spell. Yep. So Phantom Strike and Blink Strike. So they should be able to get Invis on Mojo pretty easily. I believe there's sentries on somebody here. Or not. Nope, there's one on Witch Doctor. So they'll be able to get Mojo pretty easily. Hannah needs to blink Phantom Strike. And other than that, I mean, no real danger for Merz Glacius right now. He'll probably TP out as well. But, I mean, they can't really fight this, especially not with IW having that Aegis. Then again, I don't know. I mean, they're all pretty squishy here. 853 health, 1,400 health for the Venomancer, so he's okay. 986 health. Apparently Steam is having some problems. But so is the side of FnaticNA. They're having not quite too much more HP. Remake new draft. Yeah, okay. Alright. 23 minutes in the game. Merz Glacius, very close to mech. It's about 700 away. So I guess Steam's down. Come on now. Come on, Hannah. No, I'm still online, so that's weird. So looking at the last hits right now, Universe sitting at 181. He is going to reconnect to the game. Net worth sitting at 11,000. They need to make a decision right now as to what they're going to do. IWO he's on the hunt right now. I mean, he's got Slithering Crush, he's got his BKB, he has that Aegis, he's got the Armlet. Universe really can't stand up to him, essentially, alone. He needs to get out of here somehow. Movement speed 414, but when you're sprinting, I mean, he's got 472 right now on top of the sprint, so Universe is just going to be in some trouble. He needs to BKB TP, I think, immediately. And, well, they're thinking about it, but actually IWO doesn't really go for it. They were thinking about initiation coming from the side of Artyk, but it actually doesn't happen. They're going to try to chase stars down, though. It looks like they want to counter-initiate on top of this. I mean, they're thinking about it, but there is, of course, this ward here, which does provide them vision. There's also the sentry ward, so they'll be able to see Mojo. Backing off is IWO to base. They don't know that, however. Blink Dagger is going to be done for the slaughter. So right now, that's even more initiation, more mobility coming in from IWO. MSS. Stars is way out of position with Smash as well. But that being said, Universe actually just leaves Mojo out kind of to dry here a little bit. He'll get back. Yasha's done for me. He also has that Orb Venom, which I'm not sure when he finished that. Might have been really early. Universe finishing up his Mad Style. It's time to fight. Well, maybe not yet. Maybe in about 6 minutes, but it's time to fight soon for Universe. Level 16. He's the only one there. He's leading by 3 levels. Which one is the... That's not what I want. The XPM. There we go. 593 XPM. Not really a viable stat, but whatever. You can see Universe is clearly leading the way. He's also got 526 GPM at this point, which could be even higher if they win some fights. But this last hit chart, not going to be super useful anymore, so I'm just going to change it to the hero level chart. In terms of gold and experience, experience is roughly even. Gold, not so much. Gold is definitely not so much, but if they could take this tower, which Mojo's going to try to do, there is a fortification available, which means that they'll probably go for bottom tier 3, which also has a fort available, but Mojo's just going to try to take that back off TP. No fort used just yet. Raze is going to fly. It's going to pull the creep wave back, but that might not be the problem. There's the fortification. TP's going to come in, and this is the moment of truth. If Artyk can break through this defense, they'd probably take the game. If not, then this becomes a problem, as they've let, essentially, Fnatic get back into it. But tier 3 is going to go down. Universe does deny it. Merz Glacier is not in the best position right now. Burning Spears. They need somebody to initiate, but they don't really have any initiators here. I mean, his Manta Style was already used. They're going to try to go on the Raxes. Plague Ward's doing a nice job, and IWO is going to just try to hit these as well. They cannot let this melee Rax go, essentially. Poison Nova's going to go. Blink in. Merz Glacier is there. Got to be Soul. Requiem of Souls used. Mihawk in some trouble right now. Hannah Montana taking a ton of damage. He's going to go down first. Mojo going to blink back in. Meanwhile, of course, Stars is down as well. Mojo in some trouble. Merz Glacier, Reaper Scythe, but double kill coming for Smash right now. Riki's going to buy right back. The Raxes are still potentially going to go down right now. IWO going to use that armlet toggle. Mojo going to think about jumping right on top of him. Slithering Crush, nice blink, but it misses. There's the melee Rax gone. Universe going to come back in right now. The range Rax is going to go down as well, so bottom Raxes are gone here. And now this just gets a whole lot tougher for the side of FnaticNA. I don't know really what you can do. The problem being, and you saw it in that fight, there's nobody you can really tank anything with and just try to fight with. I mean, Medusa has a decent amount of damage, despite only having a Linken's, Aquila, as well as the Power Treads. But the problem is, this guy tanks everything for you. He's going to blink, he's going to BKB, he's going to armlet, he'll do whatever he needs to do to essentially ensure that his team gets what they need, which was the Raxes in the tier 3 at this point. They got both of them, and right now, Fnatic is in some sort of trouble here. And Artyk's looking pretty strong here, but then again, they were given a pretty good team, I think, from FnaticNA, and I think that was sort of on purpose. I mean, they ran out of reserve time, almost intentionally, it seemed like, so I think FnaticNA just kind of trolling around with their picks here. Meanwhile, if IWO can get this pick off here, he's going to be in a good position. Universe in some trouble right now. He has his BKB. He's going to Manta out of everything right now. Hannah Montana's here for some backup, but Universe is going to use some bottle charges. Meanwhile, Life Break, jumping on top of IWO. And Venomancer's going to kill Jubei instantaneously. Merz Glacier is going to go down as well. He's going to take some damage. Death Pulse will not save his life, unfortunately. Smash taking damage from the Universe Illusions, but now they're going to go all 5 mid right now, and I don't know if there's any buybacks from those 2 heroes that just went down. Definitely not. So tier 3 is going to be down in just a second. Still have Aegis for probably 2-3 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes it looks like. And they're going to TP it back. They want to defend the tier 3, but I really don't know what they can do at this point. Artyk is just going to siege them, use the Plague Wards, Linken, Slithering Crush, BKB as well. And Universe really cannot get close. Venom Scale will miss. Linken Sphere getting popped. Blink, Slithering Crush, Amplify damage. Universe is going to fall down here. Nice Manta, but that's not going to save his life, unfortunately. Hannah Montana going in. He's in some trouble as well. Smash looking for more. Sprint going from IWO. Hannah's gone. Life Break on somebody. Mana Shield doing a nice job of tanking this. There's going to be the ult. Mihawk slowing that attack speed. Razors are going to fly. Mana Shield continuing on. Just tanking all of this damage. Aegis is up. Then used. Merz Glacier is going to go down to the Mystic Snake. It looks like absolutely will. Mihawk going to take that kill. It's a double kill. They're going to take Raxus as well. This has got to be GG right now. As Universe does go down. Does not have a buyback, I do not think, as he just used it. And that's GG. And Artyk is going to take it. So they take the game at 28 minutes of the game. not the best drafting. And F4 talked about it last night, or 2 nights ago, I believe, when he said that this game really comes down to the reverse captain's mode. Really comes down to the draft. You either win or you lose at the draft. And at this point, they lost the draft pretty hard. I mean, they gave away 3 supports. They gave away a pretty reliable semi-carry on top of a pretty good regular carry when you lane them properly, and they were laned properly. And FnaticNA, while they have a lot of skill, and Universe was getting fat, they just didn't have enough to be able to defend this sort of aggression at 29 minutes into the game. So we'll see if they decide to change their drafting strategy up a little bit for the next game, but we will wait for everyone to disconnect out. Artyk takes this game. It does not mean anything really for them. They win 1 game, they lose 2, and that's going to be it for them, of course, in AtoD number 3. So well played to Artyk right now. Game number 2 for the night, and the last American group stage game is going to be coming up in just a second, which also has some pretty big implications. It's going to be AOSIN versus FnaticNA. Right now, To Infinity and Beyond is sitting at 2-1, and Typical Mistakes is sitting at 3-0. So Typical Mistakes has punched their ticket to the playoffs, which is single elimination, top 2 teams from each group. Of course, there's the European group as well as the American group. So if FnaticNA lose the next game, then they're not even going to be in the tiebreaker for the playoff spot. If they win, then it'll be a 3-way tie, I believe. Actually, I'm not sure. I think AOSIN might have only won 1 game. Yeah, they're 1-1. So if FnaticNA win, they'll be in a tiebreaker with 2 Infinity Beyond or Infinity +4. So there's a whole lot of stuff that can sort of factor into this. We'll get into another game in just a second, guys. Once again, thank you for following us here. Thank you for Ham Sandwich to running this. Twitch.tv/Dota is the stream. Thank you for all the in-game ticket buyers. Thank you to everybody watching in chat. Twitter.com/Dota2, YouTube.com/Dota2. If you like my casting, my name is Maut. You can follow me at Twitter.com/MautDota2, and we'll be in the next game in just a moment, so we'll be right back, guys.